Hello guys, Happy New Year! It's Victor once again coming to you from Coventry in the Midlands of the United Kingdom, where it's freezing cold by the way. But let me warm you up with fully funded Masters and PhD scholarships in Australia. Yes, we're beginning this year with fully funded scholarships in Australia. The first university we'll be considering is the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia, where there are numerous masters and PhD scholarships. These scholarships cover tuition, living expenses, and even international student insurance, health insurance as well. There is also the University of Bond, I believe Bond University, also in Australia, but that is exclusively a PhD scholarship. So we'll be looking at both of them, and I'll be talking you through the different application processes and giving general requirements. And then you're expected to do your research yourself, go to these university websites, check the particular courses you're interested in and the particular information for that department and that course you need. And by the way, in the University of New South Wales, the available positions are research positions. And what does this mean? I'll clarify this subsequently, and I'll share my screen with you. So relax, probably take a pen or something and take notes as I take you through fully funded masters and PhD scholarships in Australia. Begin your 2021 deliberately by pursuing from the first day what you actually want from this year. So let me get you a scholarship from Australia. Before we proceed, try to subscribe if you've not done so already. This YouTube channel is about fully funded scholarship and how to package a competitive application for scholarships in different universities across the world. So kindly subscribe now and also click on the notification bell so you get alerted when I post videos like this. So without any further delay, let me get you a scholarship in Australia. Let's go. So we'll begin with the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia. So this university has a number of scholarships for international students. There are numerous scholarships here for both master's programs and PhD programs. But you have to be careful. The eligible courses are courses that have to do with research. This information is particularly important for those applying for master's courses. So here it is masters by research. And what does this mean? We have what is called taught masters and masters by research or research masters. A taught masters is a masters where you go to class to get taught. You do a number of courses and you're assessed based on those courses. And there could be at the end probably dissertation or something. But for masters by research, you are assessed almost entirely on the particular research you're conducting in the particular department. So you might do one or two courseworks there, but the most important thing is the research you're doing in that department. So what is important here is that this scholarship is for masters by research or research masters, and it is important in masters like this to look for a supervisor. So it's good to say this initially before we go any further. So have it in the back of your mind that you're applying for a master's by research, not a taught master's. And of course for a PhD by default is research because you're bringing in something new, adding to existing knowledge. So that's already PhD by research, if I can say that. But for the masters, it's either a taught masters or a research masters. But this scholarship is particularly for a research masters. So while choosing your courses, remember taught masters are not eligible for this course. So there are about 3 different kinds of funded opportunities here. And on how to apply for this scholarship or scholarships, interestingly, there is no special application for these scholarship positions. The instruction here says that applicants should simply indicate in their application form or in the application portal that they wish to be considered for a scholarship. So all you need to do is to indicate why applying that you need a scholarship. So let us quickly check the dates, the deadlines to assist your planning. So let's know the deadlines of the different scholarships, and so it would help you to arrange your thoughts and arrange your documents. So international applicants. So this is done already, November 2020. It's gone, it's closed. So there is this one, I think it's already closed. Okay, closing 8th of January. That is quite soon, and most people might not be able to make it. So I think we should check this one then. So there's another one. They call it the 2021 May release. Probably that is when the application results, the outcomes will be released. And if you want to apply for this May release, you need to apply by the 26th of March 2021. So I think this is a more realistic deadline. I think most of you should be attaining towards this particular deadline. So March 26, 2021. So let's quickly go through the general application instructions. The general application instructions, regardless of the course you're applying for. So the first one talks about your eligibility, and I think this should be cost-based as well. It might differ from department to department. So soon we'll check the different departments and see their individual application requirements. So here, find a supervisor. Remember, this is a research scholarship, both for master's and PhD. So you need to find a supervisor regardless whether you're applying for a master's or a PhD. And now the application documents. This might also differ according to the different departments. And here you can see business school, faculty of arts and social sciences, built environment, and the different schools. So your document you need to submit might differ from department to department. So I think you need to check with the particular department and see the document you need to submit. So let's say English, but this is English translation. Okay, for those whose documents are not in English, how to translate into English. I think I'm a little bit interested in this English requirements. Yes, the English requirements of the university. Applicants required to take an English test, or do they get waivers if they've studied in an English speaking country already? I think it's important to clarify the position of the university when it comes to English tests. So on the English language requirements, I can see here already that waivers are given because of the COVID-19 situation. Again, they said something about accepting English proficiency certificates from high school and then things like that. So I think the COVID situation, one of the positive externality of the unfortunate circumstances that most application requirements like standardized test, GRE and things like that have been waived by a number of universities because of the pandemic. But let's explore this a little bit more. But you're advised generally to present some form of proof of proficiency, either a letter from your university saying that you studied in English and you're proficient in the language and can study in the language. So let's see. I also discovered this page still on English requirements that these countries need not submit any English test certificates. I can see Nigeria here already. I can see Singapore there. Ghana is also there. There is South Africa here. United States, of course. United Kingdom, of course. So these countries are the recognized English-speaking countries according to this university. So applicants from these countries need not submit English proficiency tests. So let's go to the courses, the different courses, different departments at the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia. So guys, these are the faculties. You have art and design, arts and social sciences, built environment, engineering, law, medicine, science, and business school. So let me check arts and social sciences. Let's learn more. Okay. And remember guys, the scholarship we're looking at today covers only research programs. I've made the distinction already between research and taught programs. So research postgraduate courses, that is what we're going for. Masters by research, remember. And these are the requirements for masters by research, at least for the arts and social science department. It might differ from other faculties or departments. So these are the requirements. And as I said earlier, remember we have to find a supervisor. It is very important. You need somebody in there that would supervise your research in the first place. So I've done a video on this channel already on how to contact a professor for supervision. You might want to take a look at that. It gives you a template on how to structure your email to a professor asking for supervision. So here there is also a portal where you could look for professors to the different schools. So guys, remember it is important to find a supervisor. And in case you do not know how to contact a supervisor, I've done a video on that already, on how to contact a supervisor, because these eligible degrees, or the degrees eligible for the scholarship, are research-based degrees where you need a supervisor to research your work. So you need to contact the supervisor, tell them about your interest, and tell them how your interest aligns with theirs. So you might contact one supervisor or two supervisors, depends on the number of professors in a particular department doing a kind of research you're interested in. So remember to contact a supervisor. I think there was this instruction earlier. Yeah, this is it. So I think it's even good to contact the supervisor first before applying. Make sure that there's somebody in that department who is available to supervise your work before you even start applying. And that's it guys, a fully funded scholarship, both PhD and master's scholarship. at the University of New South Wales in Sydney, Australia. So the next scholarship we'll be talking about is at the Bond University, also in Australia. So this is a PhD scholarship, and the deadline is the 31st of March. There's also another deadline on the 30th of September, so there are 2 application cycles. So if you cannot make the March deadline for 2021, you can try the September deadline. So this scholarship is a fully funded scholarship with tuition waiver and a living stipend. So it's based on merit, and it is worth over $28,000 per annum. So how do you apply for the scholarship? There are 3 major steps. Step number 1. Here you need to submit what they call an expression of interest form. Yeah, this is where the form is based. Probably you have to log in or create an account and express your interest. And this will entail stating what you intend to research, how your research interests align with the interest of professors in the department you intend to apply to. We'll check those departments shortly. So general issues like that, and this expression of interest form will be evaluated by the department to determine whether you are a compatible candidate or not. Then the outcome of your expression of interest form will determine whether you proceed with the application process or not. So if you're given a green light, then you proceed to the application process where you submit your academic documents like transcript and your diploma and things like that. So first, the expression of interest form needs to be signed and needs to be filled and sent to the faculty. They look at it, and if they think you're a good candidate and suitable for that department, they tell you to proceed with your application. And then there's a third one for the scholarship. And after you've received an offer, then you can apply for the scholarship here. So you have to wait to receive an offer before you apply for the scholarship. But this is quite tempting because you remember the deadline or the deadlines, especially the March deadline. So if you're interested in this deadline, it means you have to put out an application early or start the application process early with the expression of interest form and then your main application itself and then the scholarship application. So you want to get admitted on time, so you're able to fill the scholarship application before the March deadline, unless you want to wait till September, which is quite far away if you ask me. And there are other scholarships here as well with similar application processes. So this one particularly is known as the HRD scholarship. The first one I just mentioned is the HRD scholarship. I believe HRD will mean higher degree research, I guess. So then you have the Australian government research training program here, and the application processes are quite similar. Let's quickly look at the research degrees available. Remember, this is just PhD. The PhD degree is available at Bond University, Australia. So you have the business school, you have the School of Health and Medicine, you have the School of Law, and you have Society and Design. So check these schools and see which one best align with your interest, and check their peculiar admissions requirements. Check their peculiar admissions requirements. And remember, you have to also check for compatibility. Check the staff, the staff page of this department, and see if anyone there is doing something close to what you're interested in. You could navigate this page on your own, or even send an email to the department if you need further information. So that's it, guys. Remember the first one we looked at, the Masters by Research or Research Masters and PhD scholarships at the University of New South Wales in Australia, and then we looked at the one at Bond University still in Australia. So I hope you found this video useful, and in case you have any questions, you could actually contact the universities directly instead of actually asking me, since I think the university will provide you with clearer info about the procedures in case they are not clear. And you have lots of I think there are a number of contact persons that will be in charge of these issues. Usually the website or the department would have somebody you could always contact in case you have questions. And that's it, guys. Until next time, take advantage of this opportunity, and Happy New Year once again. Bye bye.